Just a quick disclaimer before we get into this video. I am in no way bashing, talking negatively at all about Letterboxd or the people who work for it. I think Letterboxd is one of the best modern tools for film enthusiasts. I think it's a perfect platform, and I love their approach to speaking on film. They actually just posted a great article about the importance of audio commentary. So do not take this in any way as negative towards Letterboxd. It's the second most used app on my phone. So yeah, let's relax here. Just personal opinion. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for coming back and hanging out today. So today I don't have any movies to show. I don't have a haul, no rankings, nothing like that. This is just a little discussion video that hopefully doesn't go on too long. And this is prompted by an Instagram message that I got from a follower who also follows me on Letterboxd. And he messaged me and he said, "Hey, just curious, why don't you rate movies on Letterboxd anymore?" So for those who do follow me on the platform, for the last, 4 months or so, I've no longer done actual star ratings on anything I do on Letterboxd. I strictly use it as a log platform, or to make rankings and stuff like that. And it was a decision that kind of came from, it's really complicated, especially when you watch certain types of movies. We've had critics forever, right? When I was young, I actually looked up to Roger Ebert. I loved his takes on film, loved his view on things. And as I got older, I was kind of like, all right, some of his stuff, not as much. I don't exactly agree with some of the things that he said. His opinions were a little radical. But I read his book. I love the guy, right? And back when Ebert and Siskel were on TV, there were a lot of movie critics, but movie criticism that time was very, it was like prestige, right? There was almost this value that a critic's opinion held. And today's day and age where, quite frankly, everybody's a critic, right? It kind of seems like Rotten Tomatoes went from the number one source of reviews to now being kind of a bit of a laughing stock of the industry, where half of their certified critics are social media influencers, and not actual critics, people who know nothing about film, right? I mean, let's just be honest. And there are just so many. Everybody's a critic, everybody's critical, and we are allowed to have our opinions. I'm not saying you're not allowed to give a movie a star rating. You are. Film is an art form that is based on our perspective and our views, and we are not allowed to like something. We are allowed to love something. You're allowed to star rate. I'm not saying that at all. This is totally my personal experience with movie watching, right? And Letterboxd comes into this because they are, in my opinion, the best platform for movie lovers in the industry. The amount of great things that they do, the list, it can go on forever. I love their format. I love the structure. I love the passion for cinema that they present. And I think it's fantastic, right? It's done such good things in my opinion. For me, watching movies, this thing started to happen where I was watching movies, and in my head during the movie I was constructing that star rating, right? So I would get, half hour in a movie, I'd be like, yeah, so far this is a 3-star movie. And then I get an hour, and so they have it's 2.5. And then I just could not stop thinking about that. And then in the end, I'd be like, yeah, that's a 2.5-star film. Why? This and that and this, and this is good in this. And then right when the movie's done, credits roll in the app, right? Boom, 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 star rating. I gave myself no time to let the movie sink, to let the movie breathe. I didn't do that at all, right? None. Just no way. To me, that was harmful. It was very, very harmful to my movie watching experience as I come to learn, right? And that's my fault because I did it without even realize I was doing it, and you just get so caught up in doing it, you don't, you're not conscious of it. You're just kind of like, oh. So, I started really digging in the last couple years into genres where I would deem kind of like a little bit unrateable, where for me, I started getting into grindhouse exploitation, a lot of deep underground stuff where there were so many things, against it, whether it be, budgetary or just the times, whatever people were doing at the times. There was a lot of like rebellion. There was just a lot out there. And, I think grindhouse cinema, exploitation cinema has reached a point where we kind of appraise it for being the rebellion, right? It's like, 42nd Street, those were the movies, those were the true filmmakers, those were the auteurs making movies the way they want to, and they're taking a stab at the political system, they're taking a stab at Hollywood. And I don't really look at them in that light. I just look at them as movies. But to me, it's kind of like, how do I rate this? How do I, like, I don't want to like give this a star rating. I don't know. How do I take a movie with 100 million plus budget and put it on the same platform, let's say this same star rating, as something that was made for $10,000, shot on leftover stock film, like with no actors, dubbed, little, there's nothing, right? Like scraps. Many people do it. They rate it that way. They rate just based off enjoyment. I reached this scale. I enjoyed it this much. That's a 4-star film to me. To me, it was ruining my mindset. And that's what's most important when I was watching movies. The moment I decided I am no longer going to apply a star rating to a movie and I'm simply going to log and I'm going to click the heart if I enjoy it to a certain extent. Like if I really, really, really love it, then I'll click that heart button, but I'm going to log it. It did a couple things for me. Not saying for you, I'm not saying that everybody should do this, but just for me, right? To get you in my head a little bit. To me, it allowed me mentally to give a movie time to breathe. Last night, I watched God is a Bullet, the Nick Cassavetes movie. And I wanted to make a video about it today. I want to talk about it. This was supposed to be me doing that. I just had to let it breathe. Like as time goes on, I'm thinking about that movie more and I'm processing it different. I'm giving it that time to really soak and figure out my thoughts on it. And that might not even happen in this time period. I might watch it again and that'll happen. But so it's letting me just think about movies and process movies in a way where I don't have to go back and edit a star rating, right? Because a movie that I give 4 stars today, I might give 3 stars the next time I watch it. And I might give it 2 stars the next time I watch it. And then I might watch it 10 years from now and I give it 4.5. Who knows, right? So the one thing I realized, it gave the movie room to breathe in my head. The second thing I realized was, if art is meant to be criticized, I understand that. It's been criticized since the beginning of time. And I'm not just talking about film, I'm talking about all art is subject for critical analysis. To me, I'm not interested in critically breaking down a movie. I just did my Friday the 13th ranking, and that was just based strictly on enjoyment. I did that ranking. I love every single one of them, and every movie there are things that I like and there are things that I don't like. That's not a critical analysis. That's just my personal, hey, I don't love something, or hey, I do love something, or yeah, I don't like that as much, but I do like this. That's not critical analysis, right? That's not. And don't even get me started on the overhype thing. That's such bullshit. Anyway, to me, I wanted to abandon critical analysis and just watch movies, right? And I can come on here. I have plenty of movies I'm going to come on here and talk about, discussing movies, not critically analyzing movies and creating this structure of, oh, if it's this thing, it's 3 stars. If it's this thing, it's 4 stars, right? So to me, this makes sense. To me, this has helped me enjoy movies more. I have rediscovered in the last year a love for film that I lost. I don't know where I lost it. I don't know where it went off track, but I rediscovered it. And I'm very happy about that. And Letterboxd is so incredible as my logging system, right? And I rank on there. I don't write reviews. I used to. But I rank on, or not rank. I put rankings up. I'm sorry. I log when I watch something. I do it all the time. I love that. I enjoy that. It's really cool looking back and being like, oh yeah, this is what I watch. It's a great tool, right? But to me, critically analyzing, I wanted to stop doing. And honestly, like, I'm not even going to, this video is not to encourage you guys to not do that or to tell you to. But I do think sometimes we have to check ourselves and kind of understand, like, why are we watching movies? I watch movies because I love movies. I don't watch movies to assign star ratings. I don't watch movies to be the outlier and give a 5-star movie 1 star for clicks. That's not what I want to do. I just want to watch and I want to enjoy movies. That's it. And Letterboxd has helped me do that. But if this video is any message of anything, I think sometimes, being on social media and having a little bit of a following, I think sometimes we need to stop and say, am I off track from what I want? I want to watch movies. I want to love movies. I want to enjoy movies. I don't want to just do it to assign a star rating. And I think there are plenty of people out there who also need a little check, right? And just a little bit of a glance in the mirror and just rediscover your love for movies.